It's 6:42 a.m. You're half awake, and your calm Buff Orpington refuses to hop off the roost. When she finally jumps, she limps, flares her wings for balance, and the bottom of her foot feels like a hot marble. That moment is Bumblefoot. The clock starts right then, and over the next 15 minutes, I'm giving you the exact 24-hour rescue plan that kept my hen Piper from losing her leg. How to decide if you need a vet, how to pull the infection without spreading it, and how to rebuild your coop so you never fight this again. Stick with me, because later I'll show you a wrap change trick that prevents proud flesh. Also, you'll get the mud control blueprint vets wish every backyard keeper followed. Bumblefoot, or ulcerative pododermatitis, is a staph infection created when pressure plus bacteria punch through tiny cracks on a chicken's pad. University of Kentucky tracked 50 hens last year and found untreated stage 3 cases cut laying output by 38% and led to euthanasia in 12% of birds. That's the villain. It isn't dirt, it's physics. Sharp roosts, heavy landings, wet litter, and hidden splinters create microcuts. Staph lives everywhere. When it enters, the body walls it off, forming that hard black scab over a cheesy core. Leave it, and tendons necrotize. Before you grab a scalpel, diagnose like a pro. Limping could be a sprain, scaly leg mites, even gout. Bumblefoot almost always shows 3 signs: a firm swelling on the pad, a black or brown plug, and heat you can feel through feathers. If the swelling is soft, think abscess. If red streaks run up the shank, you're already at the call a vet stage. Step 0 is detection plus mindset. You're not cutting into a pet. You're removing a foreign body the hen's immune system can't eject. Assemble a sterile field now so you don't scramble later. You need warm Epsom iodine soak, sterile gloves, gauze, curved hemostats, a Noxion 11 scalpel or 4mm biopsy punch, syringes for saline, medical honey or drawing salve, triple antibiotic ointment without pain relief, Telfer pads, vet wrap, breathable tape, and a crate with clean towels. Start with a 10-minute soak. 2 gallons warm water, 1 cup Epsom salt, a splash of povidone iodine until the water is weak tea. Wrap the hen's wings in a towel burrito so she can't thrash. The soak softens the keratin plug and gives you time to slow your breathing. After soaking, scrub the pad with diluted chlorhexidine for 60 seconds and pat dry with sterile gauze. This is the decision point. If the swelling extends above the pad or the hen is panting hard, schedule a vet. Cutting into a leg infection without antibiotics makes things worse. We will proceed in 4 phases: prep, removal, stabilization, aftercare. Keep a notepad. Data keeps panic at bay. Phase 1. Prep. Lay every tool on a disinfected tray. Disinfect your hands, slip on sterile gloves, and position the hen on her side with the affected foot up. Rest her hock in your palm so she can't yank away mid-cut. Keep saline-filled syringes ready. Once you start, you can't touch faucets. Phase 2. Removal. Use the scalpel to trace a shallow circle around the scab, just deep enough to reach soft tissue. Think 3 millimeters. Gently lift the edge of the plug with the blade tip, grab it with hemostats, and roll it out like a cork. If it won't budge, widen the incision slightly rather than ripping. Tearing ruptures the capsule and spreads bacteria. Once the plug comes out, irrigate the cavity with saline or diluted iodine until fluid runs clear. If you still see yellow ribbons or black tissue, lightly scrape with the scalpel edge or curette until only pink remains. Dab medical-grade Manuka honey or ichthymol on a swab and tuck it inside for 2 minutes to draw out lingering infection. This is where most people bail. I assure that slow, steady cuts are safer than stabbing. Alternatively, you could try the no-cut method, drawing salve plus repeated soaks. The theory there is to apply the drawing salve and soak the foot repeatedly. Phase 3. Stabilization. Pack the cavity with a pea-sized amount of plain antibiotic ointment. Lay a non-stick Telfer pad over it, wrap once with gauze, then with vet wrap. Keep tension light. If you can't slide a cotton swab under the wrap, redo it. Seal the top with waterproof tape to keep litter out. Write the date and time on the tape so you know when to change it. If your vet prescribed meloxicam, dose it now. Otherwise, offer half a baby aspirin dissolved in 8 ounces of water for 24 hours. Confirm with the poultry vet. Aspirin isn't safe for chicks or birds on other meds. Place the hen in a clean crate with thick towels and offer high-protein mash mixed with probiotics. Phase 4. Aftercare. At hour 6, change the wrap. Here's the tease trick. Spray the pad with sterile saline before removing the wrap so fibres don't rip healing tissue. Then coat the edges of the wound with liquid bandage to keep proud flesh from forming. If the drainage is still thick and yellow after the second change, call a vet for systemic antibiotics, Baytril, Clavamox, etc., and track egg withdrawal in your log. Keep the hen crated for at least 48 hours. Walking on dirty litter re-infects the site. Feed vitamin K-rich greens and a tablespoon of blackstrap molasses in water once to support clotting. When to call the vet. 1. Swelling reaches the ankle joint. 2. Red streaks, cellulitis, crawl up the leg. 3. The core smells rotten even after flushing. 4. The hen has multiple lesions. 5. You feel squeamish or lack sterile tools. Vets prefer to see early cases. You'll save money and the bird. Now let's talk about how to stop repeat infections. Swap round dowels for 2x4 boards laid flat so birds rest on their pads, not toes. Sand every roost edge smooth. Seal with food-safe oil to keep splinters down. Add a step-down perch for heavy breeds so they don't drop 3 feet onto hardpan. Mud equals staph. Install gutters or French drains, then top runs with 6 inches of coarse sand mixed with biochar for drainage. Rake droppings under roosts daily. Ammonia weakens skin. Once a week, spray rafters and roosts with diluted, accelerated hydrogen peroxide. Let dry fully, then rebed. Add a foot check Friday. Flip each hen, inspect pads, and log even tiny scabs. Keep a first aid tote stocked with all the tools you use today, plus extra vet wrap, syringes, sterilized scalpels, honey, antibiotics per vet orders, and a clean crate liner. Install a cheap Bluetooth temperature, humidity sensor in the coop. High humidity softens skin and sets the stage for infections. Remember Piper? She survived because the triage kit was ready. The coop had a shaded treatment station, and we rebuilt the roost that caused the injury. I ignored a splintered perch for 2 weeks. Piper paid for it. Now I keep a sanding block in the run. Detect, soak, sterilize, remove, wrap, monitor, rebuild. Comment below with the worst Bumblefoot case you've seen and the hack that worked so our community builds a crowdsourced manual. Bumblefoot goes from terrifying to manageable once you have a plan. You now have the plan. Keep those hens standing tall.